Now, since, again, you and I have talked last, you've also made a trip to Aruba. Tell us what went on there.
Well, there was an eyewitness that seen Jorn van der Sloot that night coming out of this pond. We're walking away from this pond, had mud up to his chest, had one shoe on, and he actually seen him walking underneath a street light. And he just knew that he was a, tall, white male. Thought it was very, very strange for him to be walking with one shoe. He thought at first that he possibly gotten into a fight or something, but there wasn't any blood on him. And anyhow, he woke up because his dogs were barking, and the neighbor's dogs were barking. And then he sat in his couch, and then he heard somebody. He got back up, and he seen a red Jeep coming down the street real slow, and noticed that there was a middle-aged male in that driving it, and didn't know who these two were. And the person that was walking was in the Jeep then also, and they was driving back towards that pond area. And then when the news broke a week later with showing Paulus van der Sloot and Jorn van der Sloot, the eyewitness said, "Oh my God, that's the two people that were there that night." Mm-hmm. He went to the authorities early on. They didn't believe him. They said he was incredible. Right after that's when they arrested the two black security guards. And we actually took him in front of, I wasn't there, but John Savetti, when we was down there doing that water search, took him in front of Hans Moss, the prosecuting attorney, and talked to him. And the prosecuting attorney said he was going to look into it and stuff, and didn't look into it. So we waited and we was patient, and then finally we really felt as though this guy's stories were very, very credible. We was going to go over and actually start digging that pond, and I got with our people, and I said, you know what, that's going to be very expensive. I said, let's go ahead and fly him over here. Let's polygraph him. Yep. Number one, if he gets on an airplane, he's going to be even more credible. And if he takes a polygraph and passes it, then we know he's credible.
Right.
So anyhow, that's what we did, and he passed the polygraph 2 times with flying colors. And so then I went back to Aruba and actually took a copy of the questions asked and the results of the polygraph test to give to the prosecuting attorney. And I talked to him, and he was actually kind of angry with me. And said, well, we thought that you guys dug that pond up. And I said, well, wait a minute, here's a rumor that we're hearing. We're hearing that just here a few weeks ago, you guys ordered for that pond to be excavated. And I said, I find it very strange why you're going to excavate that pond now after we've got a witness.
Yep.
And I said, what we're hearing is the pond is to be excavated and the dirt disposed of in the usual manner.
Oh, God.
And I said, so I'm hoping that you'll take this polygraph serious. And, of course, he told me we do not believe in polygraph tests. Venda, which was Dave and Beth's attorney early on, is also this witness's attorney. I got with Venda. I gave her a copy of the polygraph test. I was only in Aruba one day and actually thought I was going to get stranded in Miami and not even make it back for the hurricane, but I did get the last flight out.
Right.
And Venda took this very serious, and again, Hans Moss was very upset with me. And I believe we've even got 2 other witnesses that have seen something over there. Their stories are credible. They've talked to law enforcement over there. They were not taken serious. So you're the first one to know this, but we're probably going to fly these other 2 people over here, polygraph them also. And the Natalie story is not going to go away.
No, absolutely not.
And rightfully so. You know, it's not because she's Natalie Holloway. It's not because she's a beautiful 18-year-old, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl from Alabama. I mean, she's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's friend. And she deserves to be found in every effort that is possible. It needs to be taken on getting her back. Every effort needs to be taken to get Kaylee Anthony Beck, and every other missing person in this country and out of this country. And that's what I told Cindy Anthony last night. I said, Cindy, I said, I don't want to sound cold and callous. I said, but you know what, Kaylee is no more important than any other of the 930 plus cases we have worked. I said, some of them just get more media attention.
Yep.
I said, you know, these poor black families don't get any media attention. They love their children and their grandchildren just as much as you love Kaylee. And I said, we put just as much effort in them as we do Kaylee. So it's not because it's a high-profile case. I said, every one of them are high-profile to us. And you're suffering along with 900 plus families that we've searched for, not counting the thousands of other ones. And Cindy and I had a wonderful conversation, and you know, and my heart breaks for that family.
Yeah.
It truly does. I mean, everybody's beating them up, and everybody has opinions and stuff, but there's not one family in this country that would change trade shoes with them and put their stuff in their shoes right now. I mean, the toughest thing they ever went through. Do they know something's happened? Who knows? You know, the pain that they're going through sometimes causes us to do things that we wouldn't normally do. I mean,
Yep.
who would want to admit that possibly, our daughter would have had something to do with something, you know, and the only reason I'm saying that is because that's where everybody's pointing their fingers.
It's the ultimate nightmare.
Right now, I just wish everybody would quit the protesting.
Yep.
I wish that George and Cindy could just go in